with it being a stealth launch coin and organically growing, how did the liquidity work out in that? Was that did you just stand back and wait for anyone who wanted to provide liquidity to bring it in, or how's that been looking for your chart?
Yeah, so when the coin was launched, like a pool got opened and there was, I mean, I remember looking at the pool, it only had like, I want to say like 10 million pulse was like, not, was like by the end of the first week, there wasn't much in there. That was like maybe like $1,000 or $2,000 in there. So it started from very humble beginnings and then built up over time. As people come and enter the asset, more Pulse liquidity has been injected. And because I didn't make all these pairs at once, originally I just paired it against Pulse. It gave it a much more pure chart with less bot arbitrage in there. And so if you notice, like most of our liquidity is only against Pulse. There's really no other pairs that have any size. I know, shout out to Vets in Crypto. Vets in Crypto has a pair that has like, I want to say like $13,000 of Axis and Vets liquidity in it. So that's like a decent sized pair. Another one was Hexfire. So from the very beginning, Hexfire, there's a coin made by Crispy Man. He had tied these together at the hip, both of these coins. So they actually really do a good job of showing Hart's law because because there's no other chart on the entire chain that follows these two coins like they follow each other because of how tied together their liquidity was from when they were born. So this really like shows you here. I'm going to put this is Axis here on the log, and then here's Fire, and they have the same sort of shape because there was more liquidity between Fire and Axis from those humble beginnings than there was in Pulse value. But over time, the Pulse value grew because people needed to get into the system organically, which fed the liquidity pools. And then these two pairs would get arbitraged between each other by because not even necessarily by a lot of money, but just by even just like a penny or a dollar, you can like a bot would find an arbitrage opportunity between these really thick pairs between Fire and Axis, which would move them together. As it grew. So I mean, it's been really, dude, it's been an amazingly fun experience just trying to, getting to learn all these different things like firsthand through the development and creation of a project, and then to see people do so well with it, it makes it even that much better. So we're learning from this chart, we're growing from this chart, and people have made a lot of money on this chart. This guy here that sold this red candle down pulled out 25K in like one sell. And if you look through the history of it and you look at the chain, like there's been a lot of value transferred in this chart. But it's still young enough and there's still such little supply out there on the market that there's still opportunity. So like in this entire history of this chart, we've done $1.56 million of volume, which is like tiny compared to what you could get like if it gets adopted as like a blue chip, let's say. And in terms of the LP pools, you had another question about LP in there. What was that again? So I can close that thought out.
Oh, I was just asking how if that grew organically or how you got because it's the information on the left side of the screen that's on your coin, correct?
Yeah, there's
The
like so there's like
380K of liquidity.
yeah, that's on this pair. There's some more liquidity on 9mm too. If you go look there. But yeah, that's been up to as high as 500K. That's been as low as 1,200 at the start, and in between it's fluctuated. It's sat around 100K for a very long time during this period of like redistribution. But there's been money in and money out, inflows and outflows during this period. This is where we were kind of stuck around 100K, and then it kind of started to break out, and we got some more liquidity put in there.
Mm-hmm. And then is there a pulse pair with Axis?
Yeah, this is so. Yeah, if I just click, yeah, here it is. It's the pulse pair. If I'm answering your question, I don't know if I am.
Yeah, Axis and pulse.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is
that one has the same liquidity, or did that not change on the side?
No, so the pair that we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Axis Pulse pool.
Right.
This is just taking it and denominating the chart in dollar terms. Because if you're bullish, you can't really be bullish on your altcoin unless you're bullish on Pulse Chain. Because if Pulse Chain's set to do a 50 to 100x, your coin will do a 50 or 100x. because they're tied together. It's so simple. Like you don't want to miss that ride. It's like a free ride up in value. But it also can pull you down too. So it's good to see assets like this one that can go up when pulse is going down as well, right? And that's something you want to look for.